All right, so can I just start by saying that because I put out a tweet and I still technically stand by that tweet. Now, you can use that tweet against me. You could potentially use that tweet against me, but I still stand by that tweet, which is that I still don't rate Rashford. I still think that the guy still needs to be replaced, but it is what it is. Because I even said in a tweet that he's probably going to score. So I knew he would score. I just did it just to get that off my chest, but I still knew that he was going to score. So let me just put that out there. So look, so we've obviously got Oz Blanco today. We might be getting an Arsenal fan up in this piece. And as we expect, I'm sure H7 it ain't going to come. Shout out to the Arsenal fans in here who said that you were going to win and the title was yours. Look, as I said on the preview yesterday, I knew that this would be a United win. Like some guys said, it would like there were two certainties. Arsenal were not going to win. And no, basically, the one certainty was Arsenal not winning. That was the one certainty. Then it was about do you take a draw or do you take a win? And I was like, no, I think United are going to win. Because I just felt that with the way that United were playing, it's being at Old Trafford, the teams Arsenal have played, and I just looked at how they both matched up. I said, okay, you know what? These guys will say what's up. Now, what surprised me was Antony starting. I was like, oh wow. So this guy, I mean, bringing in a player from the Eredivisie and so forth in his first Premier League game, and it's against Arsenal, a big rivalry game, but even more than that, the team which is now the best team so far, form-wise, in here, that was a big call. That was a very, very big call. So, and look, Antony, see, it's hard to judge on Antony, I'm sure the guys will say, because we need to see more of him. This is literally his first full game with a totally new team in a totally new environment. So it's going to be hard. But it was, he showed some really good touches, and you could just see he was just trying to get a feel of the game as to, okay, when should I dribble? When should I try my skills? What do the other guys do? How do I not play off of the other guys? But look, man, I mean, the best way to have a debut is to freaking score. That's the thing, is to score. And it was a good, well-taken goal. And I think that from that can just give you the most amazing boost. And I say to myself that, look, if everybody is fit, I would expect the front three to be Sancho, Rashford, Antony, or Rashford, Antony, and Martial. So I do think that what guys were saying is that now, how does this guy now work with Martial? Because I think bringing Martial into this team, especially how he's played with United, is going to be popping off. You see, for Arsenal, look, at 2-1, you could easily have made it 2-2. I feel that this game was ultimately lost by Lightbulb, aka Arteta. Because yes, you go down 2-1, but you went down 2-1 controlling the game. That's the goal that United scored was against the run of play. So I don't think for Lightbulb, he showed a little bit of naivety and inexperience, making those attacking subs so early. And Ten Hag just said what's up to him, because I think he could have waited. He could have definitely waited before trying to make those changes and so forth, man. Because look, see, it's a difficult one for Arsenal, because if you're Arsenal, like, wait a minute, we played well. We didn't get outplayed. We played well. But you see, this is high-level football right now. When you're dealing with high-level football, playing well isn't enough. You have to execute, because this isn't tiddlywinks or under 10s. You can have possession, put pressure on the guys, shots on targets. You don't win by having shots on targets. You don't win by having possession. You win by putting the ball inside the fishnet more times than the opponent. That's how you win. Hence why United won the freaking game. So for us now, I just think that you have to be a lot more mature, a little bit more streetwise, and you always, and I said this in my reaction, when you have possession, you're not really in control. When you have possession, even more so, you have to be aware what you are doing defensively, because the team you're playing, you may be playing into their hands. And United were like, give them possession, it's cool. We have the speed of Rashford. We have the passing ability of Eriksen. Because really, Eriksen's, okay, this is why I say you start match on, screw you guys. Eriksen may not get the assist for that first goal. The assist goes to Rashford. But if you use this thing called the eye test, the key pass was a pass that Eriksen made, similar to the UCL final. The assist goes to Valverde, but the key pass that created that goal for Vini was a pass by Modric. So I think Eriksen was pivotal in setting the foundation for those two goals that, the two goals that United scored. So for United, man, I said it in the halftime space. This is a big statement for Ten Hag, because Ten Hag under pressure, coming with those two L's, everything looks bad. Getting those 3 wins, but like, okay, yes, you've got those 3 wins. Who is it against? This is the best team in the league. A team who are coming in here with a perfect record. And this is a team who've been together for several years. And you've only just walked into this team with the issues surrounding Cristiano, issues surrounding transfers. So Arsenal were in a much better space than United were. And I think that even if Arsenal played better in terms of how they kept the ball and the football that they played, because Arsenal played well, it's a great statement because you won the game. Yes, they played well. Yes, but I still had tactics that were able to hold their good for football, hold them firm, restrict them to the one goal, and we executed by getting those 3 Gs. So look, for United, because for me, I'm looking at when Antony fully gets ingratiated to this team, and looking at when Martial gets into this team, because once that happens, that United front three looks very interesting. And Eriksen, he's already really setting himself in that midfield. Look, for Arsenal, this isn't a loss that should derail Arsenal's season at all. It isn't that kind of loss, because it isn't a case of where you got completely destroyed that could mess you mentally. If you're light bulb, you just say to Arsenal, look, we have to be more mature at this level of football. When you have that possession and so forth, you can't afford to concede. You can't afford to, especially when they made it 1-1. You can't afford to concede. You have to maintain that control, and you have to aggressively chase the second goal. So it was just a lack of maturity that allowed them back in the game. I'm talking. What thoughts on the game and really Antony's debut? And are we happy with what United did? So is it a case of where United's tactics were better, Arsenal just failed to execute? How do you see the way that this thing all ended up, bro?
Look, commiserations to Arsenal. They gave us a game. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Look, in the basis of the whole game, Man United, I wouldn't say Arsenal put us under that kind of pressure. If we're being honest, we've had the more clear cut chances. We had the more how do you say I don't want to use XG because XG I don't really like. I don't really like that.
Me neither. Me neither. No.
I don't really like that stat. But when it comes to XG, we were by far the better team. Like if you look at that game, Man United, I wouldn't say because at the beginning of that game we were the dominant team. You look at that game, like the first 30 minutes, we were the dominant team. We had Arsenal on the ropes, and then once Arsenal started growing into the game, we got the goal, and that's what killed their mood in the first half. The second half, I'll say they're the better team, but not by much. And once Rashford scored, you could tell like these guys were desperate. Like Arteta was desperate for that.
So do you think Arteta messed up making those subs too early after it went 2-1?
I'll say because Eriksen also put his subs in early too as well, but I think Arteta put in the wrong subs. If that makes sense, because
okay,
he's the problem wasn't their attack. The problem was their midfield. The problem was that they couldn't get the balls to the attack. And once Arteta starts bringing in attacking subs and all that, that's where they lost the game. And the more they started to attack, the more they started to see the space. And Eriksen took advantage of it. Eriksen was probably the best player on that pitch, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Because the way he read the game, oh my god. No one does that run for the third goal. No one does that run but Eriksen. Eriksen was mindful enough to figure out that they're all going to push up, and he saw that space and ran into it, and it was clear as daylight. The thing is, the last match analysis, I'm saying Arsenal are the best team in the world. I'm saying
which was a reverse jinx. It was a reverse jinx, basically.
No,
it was a reverse jinx.
That because Arsenal fan, I have a lot
for that. You're shameless.
I have a lot of friends that are Arsenal fans. And what I've been getting texts left, right, center saying, "Oh, we're going to win the league. We're going to do this. We're going to do that." The reason I said that was because I knew Arsenal fans were going up. They're all on the high horse, and I knew we needed to humble them this game. We needed to show them that they're not as good as they think they are. Like Ben White is still this guy is still a liability.
Oh, no,
So
but see, that's why I think this is such a great victory for Ten Hag. Even if United won this game, Arsenal, I'm like, bro, these guys look good. Arsenal really looks
you
really
can
good.
look
So
good.
it's not as if like United completely totally outplayed them. This is just one of
Right.
those days where you just made those defensive mistakes and United just executed really well. So it's credit to Ten Hag that you only held these guys to 1 goal.
Because the thing is, I'm saying, look, they play good football, but they're still very, very, very mistake prone. Like you can like City are still mistake prone. Liverpool are still mistake prone. Like all the top teams are gonna have, you won't be able to figure out the mistakes. It's just a bad thing for Arsenal because United have just laid the blueprint out. United have just figured out what Arsenal's weakness is, and because they have such a high line, you can see that they get desperate. They're still young. They're still trying to like gel together, and they're still very desperate because once they go a goal down, they're desperate. They're just like, oh, we need to go. We need to get that goal now. We need to get it quick, and that's the naivety of Mikel Arteta, because he has that kind of vision. He sends it all the way around his team, and that makes it more that Arsenal team more liable to mistakes and defensive lapses. Erik ten Hag, he knows what he's doing. He's been in this situation before. The only problem I have with United is that we haven't gone a goal down and haven't seen these guys like really work for the comeback. So I'm still worried about that. But right now we're looking incredible. Right now, I'm just hoping Martinez and Rashford are not actually injured because these guys are very crucial to what.
Wait, did you see? Fridge comes on in the space of 5 minutes. He gives away like a yellow card, man. I mean, bro. Okay,
it was Casemiro. Casemiro lost the ball and the Fridge he's so slow.
wait, hold on. Before I go to Blanco, let me just some before I go to you, Blancos. Remember the 14 says Mbappe is seeking you to reverse his course. Okay, you know, all right, okay. Casey, you said Blue Patriots will finish above Man U. Wait, so sorry, guys. Casey, my mistake. So basically, it's now gone from 38 games to now 6 games. So now it's now like a 6-game season now. I'm sorry, I forgot. Last I checked, I thought it was like a 38-game season. So yeah, like Casey, let's talk to me after it's 38 games, not freaking 6-7 games, bro. Mikey, HA Jinx might be the greatest superpower. You know what? It wasn't a Jinx. I said
appreciate you. I appreciate you.
No. I said he's gonna score. But I'm still going to put out the tweets. I said he is going to score. He is probably going to score. Boom. So it wasn't really a jinx, though. 14 UCLs. Once again, the GOAT CR7 has ended the Invincibles. Oh, bro, let's be real. When he came on, Aston scored. Antony came off. He comes on. 5 minutes later, Saka scores. So let's talk about that, bro. To P man, HH by African brother, please accept this as a humble apology if I ever wronged you in life. Your powers are truly undefeated. Look, man, as I said again, it wasn't really a jinx in that sense, man. Look, so Lord. Prime only performance versus Highline team Arteta. Look, it's what United, bro. They just perfectly executed it, man. Perfect execution, man. But it's fair. Arsenal losing is better than world please. Hashtag no top 4. Oh my god. Tapua, so many invincible tweets were coming from Arsenal. That L won't derail the top 4 chase, but they needed it humbly. I said it in the previous space. If Arsenal had won this game, the kinds of things you'd have seen on Twitter would have made your blood boil. It would have been like the kinds of things. So for Arsenal, this is the best thing that could happen to you, because you just need to be brought back down to earth. Relax, chill. You're not in the conversation for a title. Boom. Blancos, talk to me, bro.
Okay, just to get a few things out. I think the first thing is I think everyone accepts that HH or Jinx knows no bounds. Like I think that just 2 minutes before, literally 2 minutes before, you know. And the thing is, it's not so much what you say before the game; it's the fact that literally a minute or two, and then the reverse happens. That's why it's like it's just if you why could you tweet it like after he'd scored? but you seem to tweet it literally just
The
2
same
minutes.
thing happened with Kane. The same
I
thing.
know
happened with
exactly.
Kane.
The Kane tweets that bullshit.
No, I think no. What's no? See, my thing. What makes it scary is okay. Fine, it happens. Is the speed with which it happens. I'm like,
Exactly.
this is
Literally,
like super. Basically, like
literally
I said again,
because-
like it's obviously it's very weird.
Because
It's very
in the-
weird.
in
Wait,
halftime-
can you do
in
us
the
a favor with Haaland, please? Like, could you do it, Haaland? Like,
in the halftime space, he was literally like trying to do his best reverse jinx of 2-1 to United, and then Saka then went to score, and you're thinking, okay, here we go, hey, it's over. But then you just can't help yourself. You can't help yourself. So you put the tweet out, and it was almost like that counteracted. But anyway, shout out to you, man. Also, shout out to Igal as well, man. For anyone who watched my preview, man, I could so I could play receipts, but I'm not going to humiliate him. If you want to check out the preview channel, Gal said a lot of interesting stuff. Like, for example, if Antony plays against Manchester United, Arsenal are going to cook because there's no way Antony will score against United. Yeah, shout out to Igal, man. So Guy is checking on his channel as well, so everything around, so that was funny. But in regards to this game, what I will say is that in fairness to let me talk about Arsenal first and the positives. Like Gabriel Jesus was a beast. Gabriel Jesus looks like so completely. I haven't seen him play. I don't think I really saw him play like this again at City. I don't think I saw that.
I kept and I've been saying this for years that Pep is holding him back, and there is so much you can get from this player than what Pep and City is showing us. I said, no. This guy can do so much more, but he's not been allowed to do it in the environment of Man City. And now it's actually like, bro, like it's almost like with the whole Benzema Cristiano thing, like different environments, giving it a lot more freedom to express itself. Like, wow, this is a player. This is a quality player.
Exactly. No, exactly. So I think to keep a stack, Jesus caused Martinez around all sorts of problems during the game. They were finding it difficult to cope with his strength and also his ability. Like Malacia was getting cooked by Saka for most of the game. Like he was struggling, So Manchester United's back four were struggling. And for probably 20 minutes of the first half and second half, Arsenal were just dominating Manchester United. It's just as simple as that.
Wait, H7. Send me a DM so I can send you the link. H7, come on, bro. Wins and losses coming, man.
Just out of curiosity, anyone in the chat? Has anyone in the chat seen Mo? Has anyone in the chat seen Mo? Because Mo was saying so.
And also, has anyone seen Arsenal? Is it Arsenal 2023 CL winners or something? Winners. I know that guy exists as well.
If there's anyone in the chat sees those guys, please let us know because they were saying a lot of stuff in the.
And with AR, we need him.
I just haven't seen Mo in the chat, so I don't know where he's gone. So in fairness to Arsenal did play a very, very good game. So and another day, i.e., if Maguire was playing in defense, United would have actually lost that game. However, I think the key area where Arsenal lost is that especially in the second half, because Arsenal's midfield, where we're overrunning United's midfield, they were pressing United. It wasn't working. The problem though is that as soon as they scored that goal, it was almost like I don't want to say they lost their discipline, but the old saying where you are the most dangerous when you score a goal. It almost felt that way for Arsenal because, to be honest, that second goal was like a simple kind of like pass to Rashford, counter attack, boom, Rashford's in 1-on-1. That's it. And the amount
that's what it's like. It's a lack of maturity because if you're Man City or Liverpool, you don't concede after you get a goal back. You then go into the ascendancy and you lock up. But first, you're you have to always be aware of what's going to happen defensively.
Exactly. So, a simple one, Rashford, and shout out to Rashford. For me, like I said, he played a lot better when he actually came on the left because we went on the left when Ronaldo came on, who actually helped him to get that space in the first place to actually score that goal and create that space. Whatever you say about Ronaldo, Ronaldo actually coming on and Fred for that matter, those two subs actually did change the game because suddenly Fred brought a level of energy and intensity to that midfield and was starting to press Arsenal, which relieved the pressure of the defenders, and people starting to mark Ronaldo. Now, let me address this quick thing about the referee's Arsenal fans.
The referee did nothing wrong.
Let me quickly address this.
They were saying that he's one of our own. He's one of our.
The referee. Okay, it was a foul. Okay, like all I've heard is like it was soft. It was a foul. You can't have like even if it's a soft foul, it's a foul though. Okay, that's the first thing. And then the second thing, as I said in halftime space, Lokonga literally, if you look at that clip, he literally like raises his leg, studded over Bruno Fernandes's on his shin. On another day, that's a straight red. Okay, I haven't seen any Arsenal fan talk about that. Like that is any other game that could have been a red card and be sent
And
off.
RDS, these were the same fans that were saying that Van Dijk should have got a red card yesterday.
Exactly.
So you have to see consistent
the same
with that.
things. So you can't be biased there. Van Dijk, that could have easily been a red, and Lokonga, that could have been a red as well. So I don't want to ask the fans saying referee, since you lost the game because because I know maybe this is simple, but United's defense ultimately was better than Arsenal's defense. Because the reality is you got caught out wide those counter attacks.
Stop lying, RDS, man. The ref is a United fan. I don't care.
No, go on. Let Marcus cook. We'll come to you.
And at the end of the day, how many clear-cut chances did you actually create? You only had.
I don't care. Martinelli goal was a goal. I don't care. My eyes, not Martinelli goal was a goal.
Let me finish this. Let me almost finish. You only had 3 shots on target in the entire 90 minutes.
That's
okay?
what
I
I'm
don't even remember David De Gea actually having to make that many clinching saves. I'm not saying you guys didn't play well. I'm not saying you guys didn't dominate.
No, but the game was affected by them, bro. So you can say what ifs on that. But if we scored that goal, bro, the game would have been different because we started dominating straight after that goal.
You were dominating in the second half for 20-something minutes. Why don't you
No,
score?
Yeah, no.
The minute we scored that goal, we started dominating.
You know, you have to see. You can't look. That is that and so forth. We cannot get everything, but you were much more, bro. You were much more in control in the second half before you got that goal to make it 1-1. And you only have yourself to blame where you were fully in control. United would hardly get out of their half. You get the goal, and a few minutes later, you allow them to get two.
And with that
domination,
because this is the thing, is what you said about HH about possession. It's like, yes, okay, possession, domination, so it's fine, but then what are you doing with it? And at the end of the day, for that domination, you only had 3 shots on target for the entire 90 minutes.
That's very true.
But that's after, bro. That's after the goal got ruled out. Look, the game got changed after then. The ref was on your side. Let's not lie, man. Hey, what's that Martinez guy? He took out Jesus in the first minute. He should have got a yellow card straight away.
That was a red card, though, bro.
Say something now.
No. I heard you talking about that. That wasn't Shanghai. That literally was just a little flick off, bro. That's not a red card. That was a little flick off. He won the ball with his left foot, and then the right foot just flicked off his little Achilles, whatever you call it.
A little Achilles.
Goodness sake, man.
No, listen, guys. On the real, let's don't lie. That was a goal. Hey, look, Odegaard is a weak youth. Nobody can. I see this guy get knocked off by small guys. There's no way that's a foul on Eriksen. Eriksen was so smart. He dropped onto the ground, knowing that he took a heavy touch. He lost the ball. He dropped onto the ground.
You see, pre-VAR, then you can have this convo. You have to sit and have, because the referee looked, watched, took time, and he made his decision.
Bro, both refs are from Manchester. I knew what was gonna happen. The minute I went to VR, I literally knew what was gonna happen.
No. But it's 7. Despite this, you have to be bigger than that, because you have to look at the second half when you were even much more in control. You were more dominant. You now make it 1-1. You're fully in control. United are really fighting on their backs against the wall. Why did you then concede? So you have to question your mentality at that crucial point when you had full control. It was 1-1, and then you allowed them to now get that freaking goal.
Part of the blame goes to Arteta. I won't lie to you.
That's for the 3-1 though.
Not
up until that 2-1. All the blame was all on the ref. Like, look, I'm one of Arteta's biggest haters.
Hold up.
I'm one of the Arteta's biggest haters. I wouldn't even blame him.
Hold up, my friend. Hold up. Let me bring in Paul. So, Paul, as Arsenal fan, talk to me. Your thoughts on it. Did Arteta screw you guys over, man?
Yes, he definitely did. I'm an Arsenal fan, but we got humbled. Yes, I agree with that. Man, you had the better game plan. We're the better team, but they had the better game plan. You know, so I feel like Arteta, like, he's still learning, because a Pep or Mourinho or Conte would not make that mistake of, this is the most we've ever went high when we was like, this is the most the whole season. When we went high that much, Erik ten Hag noticed that, and he kept Rashford in the game, and he took off Antony, and he brought in Ronaldo and these guys, because he knew for a fact that we was playing that high line, and we was thinking that, okay, Ronaldo's old, he's not that fast anymore. But Rashford then dropped to the left, and he was now making those runs. you know, and it was more than 2 times he made those runs that at one point it was another one that it was Fred that was there, but he overpassed it a little bit too much to Ronaldo. That could have been 4. You know, we was lucky to even have to be 3-1. It was supposed to be 4-5-1. I'm never gonna lie. Like I'm an Arsenal fan, but this one we messed up, and he should have never took off Zinchenko and bringing in Nketiah and all those guys so fast. Like just keep the same. We was 1-1. We had possession. Just play the game. At that point, I would not mind a draw, but he was just too arrogant at that point. Like that was a lesson learned. That's what I think.
8-7. Wait, what are you saying, bro?
Wait, didn't they score the second goal in the 56th minute or something?
Yeah,
Wasn't
they
it
did.
before the changes?
Yeah,
So it was already
scored
2-1 down
changes.
before they made the subs, and then he made the subs just before the 3-1.
But it was that third goal because no, at 2-1, but
no, that third goal was because of the subs. Yeah,
it was the
it
third
was.
goal. See,
Thank you.
at 2-1,
No, but I
you
said
could
that
easily
though,
make it
guys.
2-2. At 2-1, you could easily make it 2-2. It was that third goal that ended it 2-1. I felt that even if this was the score I predicted, the way Arsenal were playing, because the goal was against the run of play, it could have easily come up, but those changes just screwed you over, man. But yeah, continue.
Now, if we're gonna blame players, yeah, I'll be honest. I'll blame Odegaard. He had a good chance to make it. I think it was 1-1 to make it 2-1.
He should have scored, bro. He should have
Yeah,
scored
that I can blame those kind of times. But overall, up until the subs, I think we played alright. You know, I think we was just unlucky with a couple of the calls. It could have went our way as well. We could have went 1-0 up, and I think the game would have been different if we went 1-0 up.
One thing I would say though is that Manchester would not beat the small teams this way. They have no gameplay. They just play.
This is like Ollie ball, by the way. Like,
they
what's
just
the
play
difference between this and Ollie ball?
100%, 100%.
They would not
It's
beat the small
sustainable.
teams that way at all. The
Yeah,
small
but
teams would batter them. Like,
but to be fair, like at the end of the day, this is why I think to be fair is that like you're comparing one manager who's basically had 3 or 4 years. He's got his like starting 11. He's got a sort of style of play. He's had some of his team versus a new coach that's come into this team who now is trying to make, because Arsenal were doing the same thing with Arteta when he came in the first season. I still remember that type of football they were playing. So it's people are like, oh, why isn't he radically changed? It's like, it's because literally it's like his 6th game in the Premier League. You know what I mean? Like, at least give the guy at least a season, you know, with his players, etc., to see and to build his identity, rather than saying this man is supposed to be
Which is why it is such a huge job for Ten Hag, because it's like, look at all the issues that United have had, all of the problems that they've had. Hence why, even if I went with a win, just because I just felt that United would win, if Arsenal won this game, it'd be like, okay, it makes sense based on where both teams are and where both managers are coming from. It's not the end of the world that Arsenal lost this, but when you just look at how dominant they were in the second half, you've got to say, yo, light bulb, man. What happened, bro?
I'll say this because you guys are saying, you can't win this against small teams. The Southampton and Leicester game, we were playing the exact same gameplay. If you guys were watching that game, if you see, especially the Leicester game, we were playing on the counter, and that literally opened up Leicester because we have if you see our front line is very, very quick. Like when you see it, we're probably one of the best counterattacking teams in the league right now because how quickly we can change from defense to attack. So we could say it doesn't work in small teams. It won't work all the time. But right now, Eriksen has got into a science now to even work on the small teams. But it won't work all the time. But I see what you guys are talking about. Yeah.
Sam, talk to me. Takes some of the other dogs.
Yeah, just quickly. To be honest, I'm gonna give props to Arsenal. Remember the hangout that we had where we were talking about Arsenal and like, are they realistic title contenders or if they're top 4? And I got a little bit of abuse for actually being realistic on Arsenal. And I'm looking at Arsenal fans and saying, do you see what I mean now? Do you see what I mean? But they played well. Yes. They really did play well. I'm going to give that to them. However, Arteta lost it for them, personally. Now, the second goal, actually, that was because of Lokonga. Lokonga left.
Sorry, real quick, Sam. If Arteta doesn't make those changes, do Arsenal get that second goal? For sure.
100%. 100% they get that second goal. Yeah, they get that second goal.
No, I don't think so, bro. I don't think so, bro.
No, he's right.
They get that second goal.
He's right. I agree with Sam for that one, for a fact. Yeah, he's right about that.
I think it ends at 2-1.
And this is why I say that Arteta lost it, because, first of all, you made very dumb changes, 3 changes in like the 60th minute. it's not even like it's the 80th minute where you're trying to chase the game. It's the 60th minute where you're still playing well. And then I've always said this. I don't like listening to the commentators because they talk a lot of rubbish.
Yeah, no. I always have it on mute. I always have it on mute.
The commentators were actually on point this game, and I'll tell you why. Because they were saying, "Listen, Arsenal are playing well, but you just made it easier for Arsenal, for Man United to counter attack. I think nearly every Arsenal attacker was on the pitch.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know how we didn't get smoked towards the end. That kind of surprised me.
Exactly, that's the thing. And us and Man United were getting more chances at the end. If Fred ball was in firstly to Ronaldo scoring, and that's 4-1. You made it easier for Man United.
And I think because again, that's why you have to criticize light ball, because it's like, as I said again, it's 60th minute. See, this is where there's been a experienced coach and not an experienced coach. An experienced manager is like, okay, 2-1, but we're playing well. Let's keep it going, because I believe in this setup that mentally, psychologically, we can respond back and get into 2-2. By making those changes so quickly, you've unbalanced that control that you had before that goal was scored.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you look at the Man City game against Crystal Palace, like he left the same team, and then Bernardo came out of nowhere and scored, and they got that same energy and kept going. He took that team off. We should have just kept that team to see what they can do at least the 80th minute.
And it's not like the team was playing dead. Like, you needed changes. It was the team was completely fine. It was completely fine. And this is just for the one last thing. This is the thing about Arsenal. Arsenal, you're a very good team. And I looked at the team. I was like, you know what? This is actually quite a good team. Gabriel Jesus is a flipping baller. I would just like to say that he's a flipping baller. But the team and Arteta are naive. The team is young, and Arteta is naive, and that's what sums it up for me.
And this is why I said, like, they are a good bet to make top 4. Any Aston fan saying title, you're smoking crack. You're smoking crack, because like you look at that team and so forth. That is not a team that screams, oh yeah, this, because to win a title, there are certain intangibles you need that City have. Liverpool could potentially have because of their past experience, and Tottenham maybe could have, but and Chelsea could have. Like Arsenal, you're still some ways away from me saying, oh, you can realistically say what's up. Or let me make some debates. From Ice Freezy, Eric Garcia has more goals than CR7. Guys, do you know that I think Cristiano is like, wait a minute, because you can see every time that, like, you see when Bruno was unable to make the cross, how pissed off he was. Bro, Chris, like, you're not going to get the amount of goals that you want this is, because especially when Martial comes back, you are an impact sub. Bro, you were on the bench with freaking Elanga, as trash as it was. Now that Antony is here, he scored on his debut. Bro, Chris, you ain't sniffing that stats. You're not getting as many stats as you think, and you just have to accept it. And you only have yourself to blame. Jaden, only Pogba can end, which is just, please. I don't want that Pogba witchcraft, but I don't want that Pogba witchcraft. CR7 was seen on Football Manager selling himself. Shout out Chris, man. That's okay. The big difference for United is Varane and the back 4. Can you see the difference between not having a fridge?
It's so crazy.
No, Maguire was a big problem.
Maguire was a huge problem.
When Maguire came on, everyone was literally like, it's going to be 3-3. It's going to be 3-3 if he comes on.
Wait, so did you see how scared he looks when Jesus was running at him?
It was Eddie and Katia, bro, not even Jesus.
No. You know when he fouled Jesus and he got the
yellow card for it, yeah.
The yellow card. Look at what he was like. Now I get that you've not played many games, but Ten Hag has to pray that, bro, none of that 4 gets injured, but specifically neither Lisandro Martinez or Varane gets an injury, because those guys look good. I
don't know about you though, HH. I thought Lisandro didn't have a good game, I thought
compared to the fridge.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
I would say Jesus is probably more a problem because the way he was holding on the ball and the way he was bonding Lisandro. I'll give him that, but I wouldn't say Martinez was like out of his depth. I wouldn't say that. I think that's a bit harsh.
Half hopes not. RDS might do good in the UCL. Oh wait. Okay, all right. I don't want to. All right, you know what? No. Lacobam looking for a new club. Wow. What's the lottery numbers for next week in H? Bro, the jinx doesn't work like that. If it did, bro, I'd be freaking Hawaii right now, Where is that grass eater known as Mo? Hashtag groupie.
I still have not seen Mo in the chat, man.
I've not
Guys
seen
in the
Mo.
chat. Where's Mo, man?
Guys, where is Mo? Hashtag where is Mo?
Hashtag where is Mo, man? Where's Mo?
ND Anima, shout out, man. Zinchenko on Antony. The way he bullied me today, I thought he was Russian. What?
No, it's a fake quote. It's a fake quote, man.
I know. It's a fake quote. Also, shout out Samuel and Dr. Osman. No, for a second, I was like, what the hell? Cobham. Fabio Vieira looks like a crackhead from South London.
Okay.
All right. Let's talk about that. Okay. See. H7, take the L. I warned you about Rashi versus big teams.
Hey guys, I'm gonna let you know something. By the way, KC is not a Barcelona fan. He's a Man United fan. In this guy, isn't it?
Is what?
He's a Man United fan.
Okay, look, say H7. How? Because in my view, I don't think this loss should affect Arsenal. I don't think this is one of those losses that's like, oh my gosh, because my thing, Arsenal looks good. They played well, and for me, I think if Arteta is mature, he will know that. Oh yeah, I know where I messed up, and then you move. Because again, you're playing a team who were in form. So my thing is that how do you think? Because I think it's Everton next that Arsenal play. So do you believe that these guys will respond and get back to winning ways? Because the worst things about these games when you go on winning runs is what happens in the next game. Because if let's say you drop points against Everton or you lose, then that's where it can rise. But if you just go ahead, you play well and you destroy Everton, it's just one game. So how do you think this loss will affect this team going forward?
Nah, I think we would have lost if we played Everton away, but we're luckily playing them at home. So it should go to our favor. But guys, I'm just going to let you know one thing quick in it. We need to get rid of number 5. Number 5 is costing us games with his injuries, man. Too much. And he's got this case on him as well. But we need to get rid of him. If it's January and we can get an offer for him, I'll get rid of him. Because it's too much of a headache and just get a brand new 6. Because he's costing us games, man. Sambi shouldn't be playing against Man United at Old Trafford because he cost us that second goal as well.
Okay, so look, man.
Sorry, can I
should
we at least give? One of the things I don't see a lot of people giving him Ten Hag credit because like this is a guy in his first 6 matches who just comes to the Premier League. In his first 6 games, has beaten Liverpool and Arsenal, the top 6. I don't know any of the other top 6 teams have actually played any of the in-coach traditional sort of top 6. I don't think of City played any.
But Black, do you know what the thing is? I'll give you like a half a dub. But my thing though is okay. When you play against these kinds of teams, especially the teams that feel that they're better, they will give you space. Now, let's see how he does
Crystal Palace
6 times against those low blocks.
Yeah, they're playing Crystal Palace.
Southampton wasn't really a low block. No, Leicester wasn't really a low block. So it's those teams that start, we're now going to, United, they look really good. They said the same United before. Let's now sit back. Let's now not give them space. How will they now do? How will they now react to that? So for me, I will now see what Ten Hag's tactics are and so forth against those much more defensive teams and so forth. Because again, it's about, when you look at the league, it's 38 games against all different styles.
Yeah, no.
Space without space. Space without space.
But I think the thing with Ten Hag, at least I hope with Ten Hag, is that Ten Hag was always, was always more of a possession-based manager anyway. So a part of me thinks that, like, I don't think Ten Hag is style player football is going to be ultimately end up being just counter-attacking stuff. For the sake of getting points, as least initially, he probably used that to his advantage. But I imagine if he's a sensible enough coach when he plays against these teams, that he's going to go more in the sort of the possession-based football that he would usually play at Ajax. Obviously, now you've got someone like Antony in the picture. Maybe you've got a bit more quality up front to actually break those sort of teams down. So I don't think that he's going to be playing counter-attacking against, I don't know, Crystal Palace or something like that. Like, I just don't think that's the case. But I'm just saying, like, in fairness to him, a win against Liverpool, win against Arsenal, sort of a home, like, you can't ask much for that.
So look, man, Paul, ask the man, where do they go from here, man? Are you still confident for the season? Because really, my thing is that I've seen enough from this team, especially this game. Just these guys look good. Arsenal look really good, and I think top 4 should be top 4 minimum top 4.
Yeah. I still my list before was always City, Chelsea, Arsenal, and Liverpool. That was like my and I'm still gonna stick by that list. I still feel like the list I picked so far still makes sense. Even though Chelsea they're not playing as good right now, but I still think Chelsea will finish second, and Arsenal finish third, and Liverpool finish fourth. But as for Arsenal, I think that we like H7 said, makes perfect sense with number 5. He's the only one so far that is very injury prone, and we've covered like every other area. Maybe not Jesus side that much. I can still deal with Nketiah, but for Partey, we have no other like defensive mid, and that is the only thing that I'm worried about. Because Tottenham, they kind of like, revamp their whole team and have a lot of selections in each area of the field. So they got Basumo, which is I feel like we should have got, at least. But we didn't. We left on that, and now we have nothing on that, and the window is done. And you know how this season about to go, especially with the World Cup. So that's the only time I think that it's not about how we play. It's just the depth that we might not finish top 4, but I still think we'll finish third though, for sure.
Yeah, look, I mean, for me, I still see it definitely. It's things that will be interesting, but I definitely see like a top 4 team for Arsenal. I just feel because the team looks too well drilled and too cohesive. Hence why I say like, look, this loss is on Arteta. This loss is on Arteta because you went outplayed, you went out of your depth, and there were segments in this game where you should have taken control and been able to now take things to the other level. So I think what Arteta must learn is less is more. You don't always have to make a change if, let's say, something in the game happens. Sometimes you just have to just be hands off and it just lets football nature just take its toll, man. But look, man, for United, see, guys, here's my thing. I assume nobody has United top 4. I assume no one has that.
I did, remember.
Wait, hold on. What's your top 4, H7?
I said, yeah, it's going to be City. I did say Liverpool second, but I don't think they're going to finish second. So I'm going to say Chelsea second, Arsenal third, United fourth.
Okay, same list. Okay.
I agree with that, except remove United from fourth.
Yeah, I put Liverpool there.
Wait, hold on. So and Tottenham miss. Wait, Tottenham and who else miss us then?
Liverpool.
Wait,
that's
excuse
mad.
No.
They're cooked. They're cooked this season, guys. They're cooked.
Liverpool will not finish in the top 4.
No.
Yeah.
But you see, here's my thing. We all don't have United finishing top 4. What if Antony is just goes off? What if Antony goes off? Martial
What about
goes off,
Rashford?
and this
What
guy's
about
really
Rashford, bro?
Forget that guy, man. If these guys just go off,
jinx going. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You're jinxing him, HH. I'm just letting you know about it.
Okay, fine. Rashford is Maradona. He's the black Maradona. Fine.
No. You're good.
Okay.
It
Doesn't work.
No, but my thing is, if let's say the fridge and look Shorbet doesn't come in, Eriksen keeps cooking, and that's front 3 say what's up. These guys can collect a lot of consecutive points. Because if that happens, this whole top 4 thing was scratching our heads now. You see, my thing is, look, City are still, the runway is still clear for City because I don't think there's another argument. But before we go, man, Antony, are we putting so much for him to go crazy and really have like a crazy breakout season? Or should we be like, chill? I know you got a debut goal. He ain't going to be that good. Because if Antony has like a crazy season, that could now tip these top 4 skills.
The thing is, so I feel like Arsenal weren't ready for him because I feel like they were more like relying on him being like not ready to the Prem at all yet, like still trying to adjust. So they didn't think he was going to hit the ground running like that. Even I wasn't expecting that, if I'm being honest. The way Antony, like, there was this one passage of play, he brings 2 defenders to him, back heels it to Dalot. I'm just like, this guy just knows football. Like, this guy street balling.
But again, but remember, you see, shades of Cristiano's first season.
Whoa.
Which is why which is why Fekir was so important. If he starts bringing that street balling stuff and everything, and he just starts doing it without proper effectiveness, it ain't going to work in the Premier League. So you have to do it in moderation, and a manager like Fekir has to guide you to sort of refine it to make it so effective. So my thing is Ten Hag that guy to make it effective in this league. Because remember, Eredivisie, Premier League, these are two different standards, bro. And two different standards of defenders that you're facing. So the stuff that he may do in the Eredivisie at a high volume and consistency that comes off won't come off with the same consistency in the Premier League. Hence why he has to now think a lot more as to, okay, when do I do this move? And how do I do this move to make sure that it's effective, that helps my team?
Because the thing is, Anthony, I feel like Anthony is going to need time to adjust. Even though he scored today, he's going to need time to adjust to figure out what he needs to do. And the thing, and you could tell Ten Hag knew because he brought him off so early. Because in my mind, I was like, why are you bringing Anthony off so early? But he could tell, like, even though like I didn't want him off, he was kind of fading away.
Yeah.
So that's why I would say Ten Hag, I think he's managing Anthony really well, and I think he's managing this team really well because he knows what he needs to. He knows when to attack, he knows when to defend, and he knows how like this team works so far. And that's pretty good for only being there for like what 3 months. And everybody was saying, oh, United are getting barely top 10. They're not going to do this, they're not going to do that. In a month time, he's top 5. He's 3 points off of Arsenal, who are top of the league right now.
Yeah.
So that is very well for Arsenal.
So I mean, before I go to Blancos with this whole thing, okay, Rashford. Here's my thing with Rashford here.
Oh,
he's still trash for me. But my thing is that he can. That's why I put out that tweet. He can still get these goals. Give him a chance. He can still boom shots 1-on-1 boom. That doesn't take away that his overall game is still trash.
How many goals does Havertz have this season? Sorry.
Oh, he scored the winning goal. He scored the winning UCL goal. He scored the goal that gave us the UCL. Has Rashford scored a UCL winning goal?
It's just
has Rashford scored a UCL winning goal?
He has scored a UCL winning goal. Actually,
to win the UCL. To win the UCL.
Okay, that was the
UCL.
question.
Don't get smart. Don't get smart. No. But my thing though is that looks it. Okay, better question. If everybody's fit, everyone is fit in the front, does Rashford start for you?
That's the problem. I don't think he starts if everybody's fit. I think Martial starts ahead of him. If we're being honest, because I think Martial gives more to the game than Rashford does. But the thing is, and I'll say this, when you guys were having that tour to space, I wanted to say this really badly. You guys are forgetting, Rashford's point isn't to be effective. His point is to be a decoy. He's trying to make the defense try to like split up. He's trying to make sure like, because if you saw the way he was playing, Saliba had to be on him 24/7. Because once Saliba did run off of him, so Rashford was really like, because the problem with Rashford is that he's so fast, and if you give him 1 yard, it's wraps. You're not catching him, and that's why I was trying. That's why when you guys were saying the Twitter space, he's like, oh, he's not going to do this. His goal in this team is to make sure that the defense are on their toes. And if they're not on their toes, Rashford can easily get at you.
Here's my thing. This is the game that I think is great for Rashford. Counter-attack.
Exactly, yeah.
Space behind. Now, against a team that sits a lot deeper or against a lot more clever, faster defenders,
it does not happen.
You need to play a smarter player, which is Martial.
That's why I think Martial will start over him, because Martial brings more into the game. He has good ball control. He can bring others into the game.
He just has a better football brain. He's got a better football brain. So basically, so I'm still right. He's still trash. Trash guys can still
goals,
score.
goals, though.
Keep it going, HH. I'm not saying you're right.
H7. Class C bricks are still useful bricks. Class C bricks can still score goals. So my thing is that he's still like, he's still a classic brick and he's still trash. But he can still score G's. But it doesn't take away from the fact that he's still trash. So I'm still money. I'm still that dude.
Just out of curiosity, sorry, one quick thing. Does Rashford have more goals than Chelsea's attackers right now, though?
Wait, are Man United above Chelsea in the table right now?
Yeah.
It's a bit.
Blancos. Okay, Blancos. Let me guess. Rashford is your goal. So you still.
No. That's
No. So Rashford starts every game. He starts every game. Okay. So he starts every game. He's amazing. He leads to everything. He's a prodigal son.
That's Yassir, man. Yassir's with the whole Ballon d'Or sort of thing. Actually, in fairness to Rashford, I actually think that like I always thought everyone knows Rashford is not a number 9. I think that's obvious. Everyone knows that you can't. So. I don't think long-term wise it's a good idea if he still continues to persist on playing back Marcus Rashford at the number 9 position. But on the left, like, he's all right. He's okay. And even in this game, when he was shifted onto left as soon as Ronaldo came, he ended up playing a lot better, you know. And as you rightly said, when it comes to low blocks, Marcus Rashford can't do much. But I suspect when Martial comes back, Rashford's going to go to the bench. Ten Hag clearly prefers Martial, and he's not going to bench Sancho and Antony. So it will be Martial, Sancho, and Antony. Rashford will be on the bench as an impact sub, just like Ronaldo. You know, so but at the end of the day, he's got 3 goals. You know, what can you say? You know, so there's certain teams that are relying. No, I'm just saying.
I know, but against a high line, he's great. Against a high line, he's great. Against better defenders and deep block, he's useless.
Not necessarily better defenders. It's just a deep block. It's just that sometimes if you against teams where you don't have attackers that can actually score goals, Marcus Rashford can actually do things. You know, so it is what it is. So, but maybe all I would say is that maybe, you know, I know you hate him, but maybe he might be effective for Chelsea FC right now. That's what I'm saying, you know. So
hold up. Arsenal lost to a player that has a pacemaker on him. Let's talk now. No. Here's the thing.
Chill.
No. But Eriksen, this is a great comeback story, man. From where he was to, are we saying he's probably been United's best performer?
Rashford has.
In the last 2 games, no.
Martinez has been
our best player right now.
No. That's okay. No, I think didn't he get man of the match in the previous game, Eriksen? Or was that
I think it was Martinez.
I think it was Martinez.
Yeah, he went back to back.
Okay. No, but Eriksen was also very good in the last game. But still, after that very weird Brentford game, Eriksen, this guy is really holding his own.
Yeah.
And he was pivotal in the 2 goals that United scored. So I think that, look, man, just from where he was with that whole hard thing to now where he is now, going to Brentford and now heading this United thing, bro, it's a great comeback.
I'm gonna say this, Mourinho. I feel like Mourinho wanted Pogba to be what Eriksen is right now, and I think Pogba had the ability to do what Eriksen does. It's just that Pogba is just not. I don't know what it is with Pogba. He has the ability, but he doesn't do it. And that's
It's witch doctor tax. That's
no,
Has Pogba played under a manager like Ten Hag though?
No, but you know that's not the issue. It's down to the player. You can have all the ability in the world. There's physical ability, then there's the mental ability. The mental ability is, do you know how to adjust? Okay, they want something different from me. I now need to change and adjust my game to be something else. Some guys can do that, some guys can't. So my thing though is I just think that as talented as Pogba is, he was unable to be like, look, you can't be what you were at Juventus. You've got to be something different at United, and you have to basically be a lot more economical and use every position of the ball properly. Which is what, like, Eriksen doesn't have half the talent that Pogba has, but Eriksen knows that every time I have the ball, I am making great decisions with every time that the ball is at my feet, and that's a different skill.
You could make the argument if Pogba became what Eriksen is right now, bro, Pogba would be up there and probably one of the best midfielders in the world.
But here's the thing, though, is that you need those extra bells and whistles from Pogba, which is what makes it Pogba that's truly elite player. Is that have that, but also those pieces of dynamism as well is what makes Pogba truly special and better than that industry plants known as De Bruyne. So
and also the thing with Eriksen is that like the longer he plays, the less effective it goes over time. And you can see in the second half, the United were kind of like he was tiring. United were kind of like losing balls. So it was, you know, you needed like a Fred and Casemiro to come. That's I think the thing with United going forward, which is I think encouraging for them, is that like because you can now recall you've got that midfield that is at least functioning well now, but you now have a Fred and Casemiro on the bench. You know, I don't know how I can say Casemiro, but anyway, that can actually change the game and change things, which United didn't have last season in terms of midfield.
No, and also sorry. And again, this is why that club from the bridge in West London, with such clowns in the transfer market, do you know how important it is to have a guy like an Eriksen who can see a pass?
And that's cool.
And knows how to see a pass. Because insults Lukaku all he wants. Bro, he had nobody that could say, okay, he's making a run, let me hit him with that pass. So that's the key.
Why didn't Chelsea go for Eriksen? Would he not have gone? Would he not have gone from Spurs to?
By the way.
I think no, and Kovacic is that player for Chelsea. If we're being honest, if you would see the way Kovacic plays, that is he basically plays what Eriksen does.
I agree.
Eriksen, for me, I think Eriksen has better vision and passing than Kovacic. Has better ball carrier. I think Eriksen has better vision. He sees more passes than Kovacic. Kovacic is just a better on the ball midfield player, but Eriksen is a better passer and he's got better vision than him. So.
And look, we need to have a discussion with McTominay because Erik ten Hag kind of, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. This guy really showed proof why McTominay is still playing this game right now.
Oh, doesn't this guy thrive in the games where you guys have 30% possession though?
He feels the eye test. He put in his shifts.
I hate McTominay with a passion. You don't understand how this guy is so reckless sometimes.
Yeah.
But today it showed. Like his recklessness actually kind of paid off in a way. But
I think basically you saw the good and bad because with McTominay, it sounds like, oh, bro, this guy actually has some tech. Then he'll do something completely stupid.
Exactly,
it doesn't make any sense. So it's sort of like a yin yang that you get with him and everything. Talents FC, flirting, Gabriel Jesus, harassment, Lacazette, #twins,
Oh, shut the fuck up, man.
Oh God. Average fair. Are Chelsea winning a trophy with refugee football?
Good.
Yeah.
HTD, time it up. Thanks for the Rashford jinx. Okay, you know what?
Actually, can I quickly play a clip from Gatlock, man? Gatlock sent this to me, man.
Gatlock, I told you that you're not allowed in here, and you should be sending stuff to other people.
Can I play it at least, man? Just for gold time's sake, because Gatlock really saying, can I play this? So give me 2 seconds. Let me just see. Let's go.
You just had. Haven't you learned your lesson by now? You see, the reason why I bring out
it's made sense at the time. I'm honestly, you know what? Okay, no, you know what? 100% hand on heart. I'm never ever doing a tweet.
We both know that's a lie.
I'm telling you right now, this announcement. No, Gatlock, I've never said it before. Hand on heart, because after this, I'm done. I'm never doing it again. Never doing it again. Never. Go for it. Okay, I'm never doing it again.
Clip this, yeah.
No, please clip it. I'm never doing it. Because I think this is the last straw. I'm like, you know what? There's something wrong. So yeah, I'll never do it again.
You said it after the Wolves game also. When
Casey, no, I've never made it unofficial.
I'm promising Real. You did them dirty.
So you lost us the game, HH. So it was you that lost us the game.
8-7. Let me respond.
Oh
let
my
me
God.
respond. If you read the tweet clearly says that
Never again.
No. See, no. 8-7. The tweet says that I know he's gonna score. So 8-7, he was always gonna score. I knew he was gonna score. I just had to put it out there. 8-7, he was always gonna score.
Us, man.
Sorry, Arsenal fans, man.
He was always, guys, Arsenal fans. He was always going to score. This had
the moment I seen you tweet that, I knew something was going to happen. I just knew it.
Tweet anymore, and this happens.
The moment he tweeted that, it was 2 minutes. Boom, Rashford scores. What kind of
what is this? But guys, come on, level with me, guys. Don't you think it's a bit unfair on me, man? I mean, come on, bro. It's like,
but you did say you're gonna stop tweeting about Chelsea.
No, bro, but guys, but my thing is like, guys, guys, let's be real. Jokes aside, nobody can predict the future and so forth. But
you can.
Why is it that if I make a tweet, the opposite of what I say happens? Like, that's crazy. My thing that it's like, come on. It can't keep happening like this consistently. Like, it's crazy. So I say that I have special powers that I now affect the future. Come on, bro.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do, man. You do.
Guys, I said jokes. I said let's talk serious, right? Let's talk. Yes, we've laughed.
You're being serious.
It's you,
right
guys.
You literally.
Can we just be serious for 1 minute?
You put a hex on my team today, HH. That's what you done, bro. You put a hex
on. Serious for 1 minute.
On our
guys,
team,
I can't affect the future. Okay, nobody can. So this is more like really bad luck as to why that I make tweets for a particular agenda and the opposite happens a few minutes later. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. I mean, look, I said, okay, look.
I'm gonna start making money off you, HH.
Okay, hand on heart. I won't tweet. I I'll shut down Twitter. I won't Twitter. That's the thing. Guys, look for this. So, guys, I'll see you tonight for that UCL hangout swag. But guys, peace out. Straight through. One love, baby. One love.